Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Sunless Sea. We're back in Irem. I actually did go ahead and redo that silent dance event down in Hideaway again, just because I was curious about the other outcome. And it was, well, it just ended. We ended up biting that, whatchamacallit, that line thing. And it ended, and we ended up getting 3 of each, I don't know, Tale of Terror, Vision of the Surface, and some other story type item, which, is just more valuable than the Solace Fruits to me, because I don't think that I have a specific need for them. And while they are kind of expensive to buy, they don't really sell for that much, so yeah, it was just more profitable that way. Anyway, we're up here, and we're going to use our coffee in this place. The House of the Ember Sky. Rest, traveler. Our waters are warm. Our cushions are petal soft. Lay your head here. You will be healed, or better yet, you will be renewed. Payment in coffee? Yes, please. Okay. The House of the Ember Sky is a roofless space beneath the false stars of the Neath, rich with the scent of Irem roses. Despite the ice, it's warm as a desert evening. You will arrange yourself on the cushions, close your eyes just for a moment. Oh, have we done this before? I have been to the mirror marches, but I don't... maybe I just happened to have a sack of coffee beans in my possession at one point, just randomly. Okay, seek the glories... Oh, seek the glory story! Oh, well. This is another day where the wood was no more? What? Where the wood was no more than 0. Right, we are looking for that. Huh. Rest, recover, dream. The shore of history, or the... What was it? The History's beach? Bargain for a parabox. Wow, there are a bunch of things you can do here. This is fascinating. Rare fruit and rarest fruit. I need a wound for this NSE story. Okay. Retrieve a serpent image. Wait, what? I have the magician. The jungle around you is rich with violently colored fruit, buzzing with insects and unseen life. There's something nestled in the mossy crook of a gray-leaf tree. A wooden serpent, lacquered with black, red, and yellow. Its eyes are garnet flakes. Mind if I pick that up? The genial magician asks. Was he with you when you laid down to sleep? Yeah, I'm pretty sure the first time I was here, the only thing I could do was rest, recover, dream. Rarest fruit. Rare fruit sometimes find solace with a wound. I guess it's gonna cure my wound and give me a solace fruit, if I had to guess. Rarest fruit in the farthest south, in the arms of the god called Stone, a garden blooms. In ages past, birds stole the seeds from that garden. One bird hid here in the mirror marches. Perhaps you know the story. Perhaps I do? I don't think... Well, I mean, apparently I do. I could do that. This is all very fascinating. Bargain for a parabox. Yes, the serpent says dreamily. I go to meet the skin of the sun. I will die. The space I leave will remain in this box. I am dead here, and I do not live in the world. You live in the world, and you are not dead here. It's impossible. You live in the world, and you are not dead here. It's impossible. But it will protect your kingdom from the worst of the sunlight until you die. Ah. Okay, it's for that. His tongue flickers. But I must drink your future first. I will not die thirsty. This will have all your skills, which must be at least 100. It will, however, give you an item which will allow you to colonize Estival. Right. The parabox. Somehow. I also need an empty mirror catch box, which is the smallest problem here. Obviously, getting all the stats to at least 100 is the biggest. It's going to take the most effort. Well, I mean, technically we have this objective, but I'm not planning to do that, so that's fine. Yeah, this is definitely a new one, and I mean, this would advance his storyline for what it's worth. But I mean, I think I'll start with this one at least. We have more coffee to spare, is the thing. Like, I have 10, well, I only have 9 more, but I only need 5, 6 of those, right? For something specific. Not counting potentially handing that over to the people of the Khanate. So I can technically do this 3 more times. I just need to get a new something awaits you. Anyway, seek the glorious story. A hunter will wait beside a fallen stone with a splintered spear. He will beckon you. There is a place, he will say, where I sent my enemies. What you want is there. Be ready to join it. There is the path. Above the path, the sky cools to the cracked orange of old lava. Let's do it. The Waswood? Oh, the Waswood. A blackened cliff falls away at your feet. In the glen below, a white wood of leafless trees awaits you. This is the Waswood. All things within are gone forever, and all things that are gone forever lie within. Okay. The Mirror Marches. You sought the Council of the Dead. In this place, the dead might be guides. The Council of the Dead will give you wounds, but it will bring you closer to your quest's end. Closer, huh? Lamentable Relic. Okay, so that's the guaranteed outcome, I suppose. Or we could take a chance. Okay. You walk the Waswood. All things within are gone forever, and all things that are gone forever lie within. When you walked its paths, you knew you might join them. Wait. Will give you wounds. So if this succeeds, I'm assuming it's not going to wound me. The Lamentable Relic is not really much of an issue. Nor is the wound really, because we're not wounded currently. So maybe I should just go with this one. Or we could just do this and obviously succeed. Nope, we failed. Well, crap. As you pushed through the thickets, you had the sense that you were not moving at all. Your path extended behind you, creeping, reaching for the edge of the wood, like a green shoot probing for the light. There were no green shoots here, nothing moved. Your path had never touched the wood's edge. You had always been here. You had always been nowhere, but you might still leave whenever you choose. Okay. When where the wood was reaches 7, you'll find what you seek. Oh. Okay. So we'll try that again. And we failed again. Oh, and we can't do it anymore because we have 2 wounds. And right, the next one is going to kill us. Well, okay. We can still do this, interestingly. Yeah, I mean, obviously I expected all of these things to be mutually exclusive. Okay, since I'm obviously going to reload, let's check the rare fruit. It gives you Solace Fruit, plus Disease Story. It does not cure the wound, though. Okay. Fair enough, I guess. That was less than successful. Interesting, though. So let's try that again. Okay, and while I'm experimenting, obviously I'm not willing to really use one of my Syrian Enigmas here, but what kind of fruit are we talking? A Hesperidian apple. These do not grow on or under the world. Okay, the eternal tree. This is the apple tree which will never die. Should the forest fail and the river run to ash, still it will stand proudly. Take only 1 apple. Serpents are sleeping. Presumably, I should only do this when I have a particular reason to acquire such an apple. Right-click to use it. Consume the apple. These grow freely in the garden beneath the mountain of light. Out here, they're rarer than actual gold, you lucky dog. It was not exactly free, so I'm not sure about lucky. This will cure all wounds and substantially reduce terror. That's it? I mean, okay, it's a consumable healing and terror reduction item, which is, I guess, makes it pretty much one of a kind in, this game. That taste is the taste of apples. Crisp, juicy, but to be honest, a little bit too tart. Disappointing. You were expecting more. You take another bite. When the gold is gone from your eyes and brain, you take stock. Your clothes will need repair. No one seems to have heard your wild laughter, or if else, They were tactful enough to ignore it. Your heart is still pounding, but it will probably stop eventually. Your cabin is scrawled with poetry. Some of it's quite good, actually. Quite good, considering the circumstances. The apple still tastes like something out of an ordinary surface orchard, but perhaps you should be more cautious next time. Lost 25 terror, lost 5 hunger, gained 2 fragments, but lost the apple. Okay, I mean, considering how costly this was... I mean, having one of these, theoretically, as an absolute emergency terror reduction, I suppose, most likely. Or, I guess, to get rid of your wounds. It does get rid of all wounds, right? So, up to 2, I suppose. Yeah, sure, but, I mean, not at the price of a Searing Enigma when I can't easily acquire more. Well, technically I could, I suppose. I could just buy them here in Irem for 5 times 333. So honestly, not a completely ridiculous amount of money, but still quite a bit of money. So yeah, obviously not gonna do that. But it's really, really interesting to see that this is a thing that exists. And I guess while we're at it, retrieve a serpent image? Is this going to kick us out of the dream? Probably. Huh. The jungle around you is rich with violently colored fruit. Right. A weapon, perhaps. Humans rule the waking world, he tells you, more or less, and the Finger Kings rule most of this place. A long time ago, some rather careless people made these images to imprison Finger Kings. I'm not so careless. I can use it to enact my revenge on the king that took my hand. He's gloating. He actually strokes his mustache with his hook. He retires to his cabin to investigate the serpent image, but emerges a day later disappointed. Different geometries, he explains obscurely. Do you mind if we pop by the Khanate? I can find someone there to help me work this one out. The Khan's heart. Okay. I suppose it's worth doing. We have a port story back. Oh, wait. No, we don't. Huh? Okay. I guess I'll save that, and I'm just gonna spend a minute out at sea. Which is going to cost me a little bit of food, but I hope we're still gonna be fine. Yes, we'll save this. Actually... yeah, switch the lights off. Don't need those. Or do we? And now we just wait for a minute. I've never actually tried this, but I've always just, headed out of port a little bit, but... I think this should just work, actually. Okay. Honestly, hunger isn't going up quite as quickly as I thought it would. We are down to 18 crew, that's right. Kind of forgot about that. Nice, there we go. That did work. And that does allow us to do this thing again. Hopefully with the same options, but surely that's going to be the case. We'll save this, go, yes. Seek the glory story and see if it's actually going to work out this time. I mean, surely succeeding here, which should not be so hard. Nope. But it's for some reason just not happening. How do I fail this 4 times in a row with a 70% chance? That is absurd. And now I can't keep trying it anymore. Okay. I mean, I could just go for the other option, but surely that one's just less efficient, right? It costs me something, not too much. I mean, really, the lamentable relic isn't a big problem, but it's guaranteed to give me a wound, which is not great. So please, dust. Succeeded. It still gave me a wound. But it did increase this quality by 3. Okay. Anyway, dust. The ground was dry as chalk, but no dust puffed from your footsteps. It lay thick on the earth, on the ruins, on the bark of trees, on the bones, but it clung like lichen. You crushed the bones beneath your feet. Impossibly, you followed the trail of crushed bones into the heart of the wood. Once known, that path was not easily forgotten. Okay. And now I could do the same thing again, and if it succeeds, that is going to put me at 7. And thus hopefully just tell me Glory's secret. Let's see if this one is actually guaranteed to give you 3. If not, it's only 2. Wow, that's cruel. So you cannot do this in one go. You have to, if you rely on this option, you have to do this in 3 steps, which means that you have to go heal a wound at some point. That is really annoying. So unless I'm willing to do that, spend a lot more time on this that I'm already spending. My only option is to get lucky twice in a row with this, with the other option. Don't know how I feel about that. And I suppose I technically don't need to do this in one go, but, you know, I'd rather. Okay, there we go. That's 2 wounds, so of course we are, you know, just 1 wound away from death, but typically wounds don't just aren't very commonly inflicted, so, you know, we should be good. You heard the Glory story, indeed. In the heart of the wood there was a ring of bones, standing in the earth like dry saplings. In the heart of the ring there was an egg, the size of a coach, the color of a bruise. In the egg there was a voice. A voice. Continue. A long, long life. This is where I began, the egg told you. I broke my first shell. I roamed the Andrasy. I feasted on monsters. I battened on whales. I grew city vast. I sickened. The Gant pole drew me, and there I died of age and weariness. Okay, it makes sense that the Gant pole and the Kalanate are that close to each other then. It's not just a coincidence. I suppose it makes perfect sense in hindsight. Okay, anyway. I grew city vast, I sickened, the Gant pole drew me, and there I died of age and weariness, turning on my back to rot until the hunters found me. The Kelanites have long boasted of how they slew the Glory, but they've claimed the details were lost in antiquity. Now you know the truth, that they never slew the Glory. They camped in its shell like a hermit crab seeking a new dwelling. Well, that's a bit of a disappointing story, but it's the truth, apparently. And somehow I can just re-enter after doing this? Okay, so I could have done this one first and then advanced the Magician's story all in one go. Without spending extra time in between. Well, it's too late now, but thanks, I guess. Was there anything else of use in there? Well, it turns out that you cannot actually cure your wound. Well, I suppose technically I could. In fact... Huh. Oh no, we're at 49 terror, because if I hadn't had one of those stupid random events that just happened the moment I left Hideaway, which gave me 5 terror, put me all the way to 44 terror. If that hadn't happened, I could now go for one of those apples, use it, get rid of the wounds, which would make me feel better, and also get rid of half of my terror. And put me, well, most importantly, would put me at a terror level where I could go back down to Hideaway and do the next step in the Visionaries quest. But as it is, I'm gonna be at 24 terror after eating the apple, and I absolutely will not be able to make it to Hideaway without getting at least another point of terror. So that is extremely unfortunate. I guess I can do this again while I'm here. Yeah, because, I mean, I could have basically bought an apple for 1700 echoes, right? Not not quite, but almost. And I totally would have done it. But, yeah. Since it doesn't work out terror-wise, and we're gonna get rid of the wounds eventually, I guess it's just not worth it. So, yeah, we'll save this. The magician wants to go to... Where did he want to go? Oh, Khan's Heart, right. Yes. Well, we're gonna be there eventually. Okay. That's fine. That's... No! Stop double tapping the stupid button. My god. Okay. Man. That would have been kind of convenient, but I mean, we're gonna be back eventually, it's fine. Let's head over to Scrimshander now, where we can actually do things, and Sea of Lilies, and not Nook. I was thinking of doing that, of just going to Nook, Dahat, Khan's Shadow, Polythreme on this trip after all. But we actually want wine for Nook apparently, so, you know, and we want to go back to the Empire of Hand eventually. So let's just focus on a few things at a time and not try to get absolutely everything done all at once. It's just not going to work out. Especially because I'm also, you know, I also need to have a bit of an eye on my supply situation. I'm also going to go with lights in order to not let Terra get out of hand. Which honestly, I guess in hindsight, Terra has not risen a single point since I left Irem. So I could have actually done it, potentially. And now we're about to hit 50. Actually, yeah, I mean... So we would be at 25 now. Okay, it's fine. Again, we're gonna be back there. Guess I need to head a bit more in this direction, although there's gonna be some sort of island in the way. Inconveniently. Stupid islands, always in the way. Garrick's scalpel. Doesn't look particularly sharp, does it? That old fury, excuse me? I don't think I've ever seen this event. Zader has run mad. She roams the ship, cudgel in hand, smashing comrades to the deck. She cries, "He's angry! Oh, he's angry!" Is this terror-related, perhaps? Because I don't typically tend to sail around with a lot of terror. I wonder. Shoot her dead. Well, that's obviously gonna reduce my crew even more. Capture her alive. Perhaps you can confine her until the madness passes. 62% chance. Talk her down. Call her by name. Remind her who she is. Where. Why. Well, I mean, this has slightly better chances of success, so let's go with this one. Barely contained. Okay. I have a prisoner? Lost 2 crew? And that was successful? Oh. What? Storm's attention. Your crew brings her down in a shrieking heap. You drag her off below decks. "I am that old fury," she is howling. For a moment, in the glimlight, her eyes seem to swirl the grey of storm clouds. So I guess the hearts option would have actually made her snap out of it, presumably. Prisoners survive on scraps and do not usually require supplies. Release your prisoner by using this item or take them back to London for other purposes. Oh no, I could have declared air experiment on them. Honestly, I'm really mad that I also lost 2 crew in addition to this. That seems just unfair. Wait, hold on. I lost 2 crew? Of course, one of them was basically turned into a prisoner. The paragraph doesn't even mention that anyone died, but I suppose they did. Huh. I mean, that happened. We're still moving at normal speed, but now I'm suddenly only 1 crew member away from, you know, being crippled. Which is not amazing. That said, we are at the ideal, technically the ideal amount of crew in terms of food efficiency. So I guess I'm kind of okay with it. Wait, is this who I think it is? It totally is, isn't it? Well then. Okay, she's losing track. I wasn't going to do this necessarily, but 4 damage, okay. That's fine. Just don't kill my crew. Or you're gonna shoot me again, aren't you? I need to get behind her. Oh no, there's a stupid shark as well. She's gonna shoot me again. Okay. I think we're good now. That was not amazing. And the good news is that we're dealing a lot more damage now than we used to. But of course we don't have our Scintillate. Uh-oh, why am I so slow suddenly? Did I slow down? Wait, what? What happened? I don't know. I shouldn't be slower than I used to be, but maybe that was just my imagination. Investigate the wreckage. Captain, rescue her once again. Okay, yeah, I guess it's just how it is now. 300 echoes? Is that more than last time? I don't know. Fuel and supplies, though. And a cache of curiosities, a stout crate, and more supplies. You know, I will take that. Thank you very much. Now let's not run into that shark, because those are actually particularly tormented bound shark. Oh, hold on. This one has a lot more health than they usually do. But that being said, I wonder if I cannot do the kiting strat. This is so much unnecessary damage. Also, I think I shot a bit early there just now. It's fine though. Oh, that worked out just barely. Okay, 2 more shots, come on. Turn the lights on actually to speed this up. I should have done that a while ago. Okay. That could have been much worse. Again, I really don't care about losing hull at all. We have all the hull in the world to spare. Just so long as we don't use any crew members. Anyway, examine its cage armature. Someone has bound it savagely with black iron, sunk bands, and joint mechanisms deep into its flesh. A very modest challenge. I have to. Digging deeper. Okay, good. The cage has begun to distort its shape. More than seems reasonable, but then a shark has no bones. Well, I mean, yeah, technically, but okay. Rods of iron inserted deep into its flesh have done impossible things. There are organs in there none of you recognize. Its suffering must have been extraordinary. You take a tooth as a trophy. If your hull is damaged, your engineer will repurpose some of its cage as repair materials. Oh. Is that so? A hunting trophy, 2 hull. Okay, well, 2 terror and 30 fragments. Huh. Okay. Worth it, maybe? I mean, the hunting trophy is always nice, I suppose. The 2 hull are absolutely worthless. 2 terror don't really matter at this point. I mean, we're here at Wisdom, so we might as well dock here first. Okay, man, things are happening. That's for sure. I guess we're still gonna save here. Kind of okay with things that have happened, kind of. You can do some shopping here, that's good to know. Hand over a prisoner, right. I was thinking that you can deliver prisoners here. Oh. I did kind of forget about this. You need pages 175, so I didn't even need a second Syrian Enigma. Well, good thing I didn't pay too much for it, but, well, that's a bit unfortunate. Pages 175, though. That is absurd. That is completely insane. Who's ever gonna have that much? I thought a Siri Enigma was already a pretty steep price to pay, but, well, I had no idea, apparently. I mean, I have this prisoner. I just saved, right? Let's see what we get here. The anxious fellow says we can always find a use for another pair of hands. Actually, hold on. Before I do that, it said that I can use the prisoner to release them. But are they just going to be gone, or will they join my crew? Use? Release the prisoner. Maroon the prisoner. Consume the prisoner. Yeah, okay. Offer them an amnesty on their solemn parole. They're more likely to become crew again, but it doesn't ensure it. Oh. Oh. Betrayal. Wow. The prisoner grovels with gratitude. They would kiss your hand if you let them. They're eager to get back to work, and the next day they're gone with the ship's boat and all the supplies they can filch. Okay. 80% chance, of course. Thank you, game. Give her a prisoner. And that seems just cruel. I mean, it is cruel, of course. This prisoner seeks revenge. I can make them stop wanting that. May lose a prisoner and may create a souvenir. Oh, wait. Right, she's not killing them. She's not... She's going to remove their desire for revenge. Not much left. Oh, unlucky. That's much more interesting, though. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end up doing this and hoping to succeed. Oh, let's not save. Let's not do that again. Once is absolutely enough. Let's see what this does first. What awaits you, prisoner? Someone somewhere is screaming. The unctuous fellow clucks sadly. Gruel on Thursdays. Someone really doesn't like gruel. Is it a Thursday? I don't know. I lose track. Perhaps then the gruel's a little nasty. Thank you for your contribution. Here's your payment. 5 terror, 100 echoes. Yeah, okay, that's clearly not worth it. 100 echoes? No. No. So... much better off. We'll see. The clear air comes out of the surgery with an earlobe. The prisoner goes back to their cell whistling. There's not a day of their life since childhood that they haven't thought of killing a certain person, says the air. Now they don't have to think of it anymore. Okay. Well, that did give me a souvenir, and I kept the prisoner? Oh. I see. And now I can still reintegrate them back into my crew if I want to. Or I could keep cutting more things off for more souvenirs. I mean... I could do that. I don't need those souvenirs anymore, I don't think. Now what I'm curious about is whether it's always going to be an earlobe. Because if I can do this more than 2 times, that would be kind of weird. But I don't see the game keeping track of the number of earlobes on this prisoner, so... now I'm just curious. Not much left. I suppose the game just has no way of keeping track of whether I'm even using the same prisoner. But of course, in this case, I only have the one, right? It's the same chance still. Better off? The body is wrapped in linen for disposal. Oh, okay. So... oh, wait. I lost the prisoner this time. I was fortunate but lost the prisoner. Oh. This is happier than living would have been. She holds up a sort of tumor floating in yellow liquid, its tendrils extending in various directions. The prisoner would have died in a month or 2. The difference is I took out the pain. Okay. Or so you claim. I mean, surely she's not just insane, right? She's actually capable of doing the things she claims to be doing. Okay, let's I suppose there are different outcomes, and it's probably not always gonna remove the earlobe. Although, if it's just random, I guess it could technically be possible to get more than 2 earlobe outcomes in a row, or eventually, and thus, you know, raise some questions about the prisoner's anatomy. But let's just try this again. Come on. A savage outcome. Excuse me? More likely to become crew again, but it doesn't ensure it. But I failed again. I lost a prisoner and another crew member. This is just insane. Just insane. Come on. It is an 80% chance. Failed. 3 times in a row. This is impossible. How can you fail an 80% chance 4 times in a row? Potent oaths. Okay, your prisoner swears obedience by God, the Empress, the gods of the Z and the Dawn Machine, every power they can think of. You watch them carefully in the days afterwards, but they do seem sincere. Back up to 17. I mean, I like having at least this tiniest of buffers. Plus, you know, as it was, the prisoner was just taking up space in my hold uselessly. And I wasn't just going to sell them for 100 echoes. So, yeah. Okay, that was something. Jesus. Surely all my bad luck is gone now, because I'm actually going to need some good luck, as it turns out. We're going to save here. And we're going to have to do this thing again that I already did once. Yeah, I could ransom a prisoner, which is going to cost at least 2,000. If we succeed here, it's going to... the price is going to go down to 2,000. Otherwise, we pay 3,000. Or we can do this thing, which has a 23%, a whopping 23% chance of success. Oh no. I forgot. Well, I mean, yeah, I wasn't thinking of it... Because I thought the Searing Enigma would allow me to just do this... basically for free. Well, not free, but by using just this item. But that's just not even an option for any normal person. This is gonna cost me some crew members, even if it succeeds. How bad is it though? That's 3 crew, that puts me in the danger zone. Oh, that's so bad. I mean, I can probably still limp back to London, but oh, that's not great. That's gonna take a while. Plus, of course, here we failed. We don't even... If you do fail, you don't even get the prisoner free. I think you always lose more than 1 crew member, even if you succeed. But I'm gonna try until I do. Okay, well, that was... Never mind. Okay, never mind. I'll take it. I will take it. This all... What a series of events this was. Okay. We rescued a prisoner. I did not have to spend 2,000 gold. Scale the walls, enter through the outflow pipes. We've seen this before. Only 1 person died. I want to say that even upon success, there's a chance for more people to die. So I guess we got as lucky as we possibly could be here, especially considering this happened on the first try. On the second try, rather. Okay, anyway. The Unsettling Sage, yes. This time we actually have a need for this guy. You have my gratitude. Those knot oracles, they would have choked me, but it would have done me little good. What? It would have done you little good? Yeah, I imagine. I would be gently digesting now, were it not for you. I see you have my friend with you. We are going to do great work. Yes, my friend? Perhaps the great work. That's the plan, yes. We shall wake those forces. Do you have the pattern? I can hardly wait. Yeah, just like last time, I think. I have no idea what that guy is supposed to talk like, but... There, we're also gonna get the port reports, not so many goings. And that is that. And now we have this guy taking up room in our hold. Yay. We can use him and have dinner with him. I think we need to do that. That's what I need the strange catch for. And one supply. Honestly, I should probably wait, hold on to the supply for now, and we can always have dinner with him in London. This does not have to happen right now. Oh man, okay. Yeah, that's... I mean, all in all, I suppose we were relatively fortunate, considering there were a couple of unforeseen difficulties along the way, to say the least. Let's just get out of here, and probably never return, actually. I don't really think that we're going to have any kind of reason to ever be back, considering you can only ever break out one prisoner. Oh hey, there's another particularly tormented shark. Yes. We cannot dive here. Come on. What? Where can you dive? I guess the entrance to Scrimshander must be at the northern edge? Where? What? No. Okay. It must be at the southern end. Okay. Yeah, it must be like right around here somewhere. Or, well, maybe a little bit further north, but... Okay. What? Tears. Your cheeks are wet. You think for a moment that it's sweat, but then the sorrow hits you like a falling stalactite. You're weeping. You double over, inconsolable. Weep or control yourself? Stifle yourselves. What is this? Why the sorrow? Yeah, why? Oh, Salt's attention. No longer Salt's attention, oh, okay. You dig your nails into the palms of your hands, pacing the ship. The sorrow retreats like mist to the borders of your thought. You master yourself, but the taste of salt remains. Okay. That happened, I guess. Huh. Oh, you can sell hunting trophies for 65 here. Unread logs for 25. I don't think that's particularly worth it. Could buy Stygian Ivory. I don't think I need any more of it, actually. Supplies for 23. Fuel for 10. That is cheap enough. Let's go to 25, and I guess I can buy a few supplies. 15 should be fine, though. Yeah. Okay. I thought there should be another place here. Except the price... Oh, right. You have to... I see. You have to pay a price to enter first. What was that all about again? Let's save. Before you looms the Bone Tower of Scrimshander, the City of Remembrance. Ivory structures jut from the pile, supported by buttressing tusks. As your light plays across them, you can make out inscriptions, names, pictures, and dozens of lost languages. The largest ones carry a warning. All are welcome to enter, but none may depart without leaving something of themselves behind. What was that again? Leaving bears a steep price. Through the ivory gates. After scrupulously noting your ship's details... Yeah, and what details those are. The Guardian welcomes you to Scrimshander. The Ivory Gate parts before you. Dozens of finger bones click apart and beckon you into the dry center of the Citadel. Assistant Ancient Chronicler. Gather at the stage of history. Delve into the archives. That's what we need time in the archives for, which we can buy with coffee. Or wine. Compile a port report. Few visitors, fewer departures. No one leaves without leaving something of themselves behind. Be ready. What was this again? Assist a lost pilgrim's passage. A pilgrim stands by the exit with a confused smile. She hesitantly begs you for passage to somewhere else. Leave behind a story. 5 Z stories. Or a hunting trophy. Okay, that's actually fine. We have those. We can use those. Or we could sacrifice iron or hearts. No thanks. Leave something a little more tangible. Missing finger. Yeah. Okay. So for now we're fine. Hunting trophies are surprisingly, actually, you know, in contrast to what I was thinking for the longest time, relatively easy to come by. So that's not a problem. But we're gonna stay a little bit longer. On second thought, yeah. Okay. Assistant Ancient Chronicler. Gather at the stage of history. Let's do this. You will want enough time in the archives. At least 5 points is recommended, but more will allow deeper explorations. Oh. Is this another situation like with the Citadel, where technically you only need so many, but if you really want to achieve anything worth achieving, you actually need more? So why am I so stupid? Why did I write down 5? Why didn't I write down more? I should have known, honestly. I should have known better. Better than to trust my notes. To trust my younger self. Okay, whatever. Let's do this first, I guess. Or actually, let's see what this was all about. To the amphitheater. Talk with the glib historian. Watch a dramatic reenactment. Trade coffee for time in the archives. I have 8 of those. I need to conserve only 1, so I can actually get 6 times time in the archives, which might be enough to do something useful. We're absolutely going to do that. Oh, wait. It gives you 2. Pfft. Wow. Well, in that case, that is way more generous than I thought. In that case, I'm just gonna trade in 5 for a total of 10 times. And that should be plenty, surely, right? And if it's not, we can get even more than that. Yeah. Okay. Easy. Talk with the glib historian. The mushroom wine he serves is stale, the plays he announces are questionable at best, but the impeccably bearded man with the olive skin laughs at every performance and has a smile for every patron. Warring theories on the stage of history. Some cheer history as the work of brave and inspired heroes, especially them who wish they could be heroes themselves. I feel like we've had this little conversation before, okay? Watch a dramatic reenactment. The Johnny Chorus presents a sweeping historical opera with 2 drink minimum. 50 echoes. Okay, we have exactly 2 of this, so let's go. Lost Tentera, nice. Okay, we actually kind of needed that. In fact, it's not the cheapest, but it's also not the worst, I think. Definitely starting to feel a little bit better. Yeah, you know what? I'm even going to do this. I could go all the way down, to be honest. But we are on our way back to London, so I think this should be sufficient. Awesome. So yeah, it's nice to have terror reduction here. I did not remember that was a thing. And it's particularly nice to see that I got a lot more time out of the coffee than I thought I would. So that's a very welcome surprise. I wonder if wine would actually only give you 1 unit per bottle. That would make sense because it's about half the price of coffee, right? Or, you know, roughly. Okay. Well, Oh, we cannot save here, can we actually? Oh, I wonder. Oh, you know what? We might not be able to save here. I mean, save before entering, but I think when you reload, it's probably gonna put you back back outside. I mean, it shouldn't break. It shouldn't break the game the way that the surface or the inside of the Citadel and, you know, those kinds of places did, because this is not technically a separate screen, right? Not its own separate layer of the game. We're just locked out of the usual options until we pay the exit fee. So this might actually work. I mean, diving into the archives is a separate thing from using your something awaits you. So I think I'm just going to do this. Not sure if I've done this before, but there is no other use for my something awaits you in this place, so I might as well. A bandaged monk sits attempting to carve a tail with a steel-tipped quill. This does not work for a trembling hand. Okay, a day dictated. The monk describes a day in the life of a tomb colonist while you wield the quill. Its nib carves the bone easily as if it were mushroom flesh. The tale is dry, but he insists it be recorded for posterity. Few tomb colonists come to share their tales. A historical blind spot, he laments at length. When the work is finished, he invites you to see further tales in the Ivory Archives as his guest. Oh? Oh, that gave me free time. I don't even know if I need that much, but thank you. Okay. That should be helpful. Now, this could be really bad, but I'm going to save in a new slot. If all else fails, we can go back to the beginning, and we'll just have to redo a bunch of things, and, you know. But at the very least, we shouldn't be completely screwed. And we're going to delve into the archives and try our very best to get something useful out of this and not die. And unless it seems like, you know, this went particularly poorly, I'm just going to go with it, I suppose. Roll with it. And otherwise I'm going to reload and hope for the best. Downwards into history. The monks grudgingly allow you to enter, but warn you that staying longer than your allotted time will incur significant penalties. They refrain from going into details, but you notice that their bone quills are significantly larger and sharper than their fellows. Okay. Continue. Searching the Ivory Archives, narrow passages wind through the old city, shadowed, ever descending. You walk alone, except for the constant remains of those who came before you, each bearing their sad small tales. They all end the same way. They all end here. Will you? No, surely not. Continue downwards. Straightforward. Okay, 100% success. I like that. Downwards into history. The tales of the dead surround you. Each step buries you deeper in the past. What came before you? What terrors of yesterday led to today? Empires crumble. Okay. Delving into the past is now 2. We've already used 2 of our time in the archives. Okay. Still 100% to succeed. Steel yourself before a dread visage. History's horrors are too numerous to count, especially when their results are so difficult to face directly. Well, unflinching examination. You've seen worse. You've had worse done to you. In fact, you've probably done worse to others. Oh, yeah, I probably have. But only to those that deserved it. Right. Okay, Tale of Terror, I like it. Continue downwards. Still straightforward. Yes. Already used up 3 of our time in the archives. Wait, yeah, we had 12. Question an ancient assumption. Everyone knows that city and its people... That city? Everyone knows that city and its people were completely destroyed. Oh, everyone knows that city and its people were completely destroyed. Which city? I don't know. Everyone except the authors of these records, apparently. Huh? What city are we talking about? Survivors of a sort. So much for the old theories. It seems that disaster wasn't so natural after all. Devils were less fond of subtlety back then. What are we talking about here? Is this supposed to be just random, incoherent bits of lore? Drowny scholars. What? Times of time, drowny scholars believe that history is a never-ending cycle of trends and social forces. A wise historian learns to sail each era's turbulent tides. Okay, sure. Tides of time now 1. Continue downwards. Surely this is eventually going to be useful, or going to produce something useful, right? Unearth a heroic tale. Deep within a forgotten corner, a grinning skeleton bears a catalogue of extraordinary deeds. The Kelanate's champions are bound to be interested. Ooh. Oh, interesting. Would they be? Do we know that? Oh, okay. The exile who found a home. There was a fellow, a renowned collector and scholar, who concluded that the only way to survive was to live underwater. The city was to be destroyed by calamity, he predicted, the 5th of its kind. He was exiled, barely escaping to the sea on his experimental craft. It was designed to survive the abyss, to allow mankind to flourish in impossibility. Few imagined he could have survived. Fewer still could imagine that he found a companion. And though he since died, all exiles have found their home next to his. Okay. The Kelanate's champions want to put on a play about a great hero. Find them source material in the archives and they'll give you a hero's reward. Were we actually on this quest? And I just once again forgot about this? Because this does kind of ring some sort of bell. Oh, okay, so we had a particular reason to go to the archives. We could keep going downwards though. All the way down to the 7th layer, I suppose? We still have 8 of our time in the archives. I feel like we have plenty. So long as these challenges aren't getting a lot tougher. Let's go. Downward. A low-risk challenge. Ooh, okay. There we go. Attacked by a mad monk. Turning a damp corner, you find a bedraggled monk. Her drowny eyes are wild, and she stands over the remains of one of her fellows. She raises her flensing knife and lunges at you. Driven off. Failed in a challenge. No. I gained a tale of terror. Gained 7 terror, though. Okay. That's... So far, that's kind of okay. Her knife grazes your shoulder as you flee. I mean, it could have been a wound, which would have literally killed me, so good thing it didn't. But she is content to let you escape. The wet work of a flensing knife echoes through the hallways behind you. Apparently not all monks in Scrimshander are content to let history find victims of its own at its own pace. Okay. So... I mean, we still made our way down. It's not like we lost progress or anything, so we can keep going. We're down to level 6 now. Also down to half of our time. Love dies. Stumble upon mummified remains. The remains in this ancient hallway aren't bone, but mummified remains wrapped in linens lying in repose. One could almost mistake it for a tomb colonist at tea. Okay, and even this is not guaranteed to work. Come on. Succeeded. Gained parabola linen. Sure, why not? A royal sort of remains. This one's wrappings are of a different quality than the rest. Ornate pictographs sewn into the linen with golden thread depict an ancient city long collapsed. Beneath, the bones are immaculate and untouched. Okay. Downward. Surely we have enough time to make our way back out, right? Take an unexpected reprieve. What's this? Someone has built a personal honey den in this hidden chamber. Still decorated with skulls, of course, but at least they're smiling. Aren't they all? Oh hey, free honey. That's nice. Lost 5 terror, too. The most pleasant sort of mausoleum. You dream of ancient fields and peaceful deaths. Oh, but we're down to 4. I'm sure that's fine. Maybe. You find yourself cradling the skull of the honey den's previous master. In this place, the idea of such a death is almost comforting. Okay, we can do this one final time. Explore a knot of passages clogged with half-finished statues. Both its walls and the statues are made from the near-black bones of Z-beasts. Okay, we're not missing any fingers. That's what's allowing us to do this, interestingly. No historical revelations yet. Go. You examine a sculpture. It shows 2 gentlemen, one of the Khanate, the other European, and a woman of the Elder Continent. They are leaning together, their foreheads touching. The lower halves of the figures are unfinished. Next, you come across a quartet of statues. begun then abandoned, of a narrow, bespectacled man. His features are subtly different in each attempt, as if the sculptor was trying to get them right. Memory lies is inscribed upon the base of the last of them. And here, a kingly man of the presbyterate, pierced with arrows and sinking to one knee. Is this the presbyter himself? He's crowned and carries a set of tablets. Upon one is written, "The presbyter saith, none shall live 1,000 years." On another, less neatly, is inscribed, "The history was written by the losers." You hear a woman's voice echoing through the tunnels. "Healer, schemer, soldier, guide, propagandist, financier, and captain. Rosina, myself, Batuk, Lorenzo, Bourdain, Lytton, and Eric." Okay, a bunch of those names sound familiar, actually. Or are familiar. You follow the voice, but it fades into the maze-like tunnels. You help yourself to a memento. The perfect apple carved from the blue-black bone. A perfect apple carved from the blue-black bone, and depart. An outlandish artifact. A secret. Okay. You remember fine tea and conversation in the depths of the Ivory Archives. Huh. Oh, and that... Okay, just like when we were exploring the Citadel, reaching the deepest point, which in this case didn't really give me much, did it? I mean, it was surely interesting in its own way, but I did not really get much in terms of actual palpable rewards. But at least I'm not dead, and yeah, just like back then, the game was really generous and just transported me all the way back to the entrance. Which is certainly appreciated. I wonder if I could have gotten something much better out of this, but I did get that Hero's Tale, which I guess people in the Kalanate are interested in, so that's nice. Plus, I didn't die, and I ended up getting a few nice things along the way as well. I got the free honey, which I suppose saves me some money if nothing else. And yeah, okay. That was neat. And now we're gonna leave and see what this Lost Pilgrim was all about. Because I think this wasn't an option before. The pilgrim stands by the exit with a confused smile. She hesitantly begs you for passage to somewhere else. To the home of the lost. Too many trips through Scrimshander, perhaps, or any number of other causes. But after careful questioning, she ventures that she may be nearly finished with her pilgrimage. Only one holy place remains for her, the Ghent Pole. Where we are eventually going to head back to, so sure. The Lost Pilgrim settles into her bunk with vague contentment as she sails for the Ghent Pole. Huh. Okay, and we still need to leave something behind, and I'm choosing one of my hunting trophies. There. Some other hero's tale. The guards light incense and clean the trophy with a musky oil. As you recount the victory that won it, a chronicler etches your words into its surface. The scratching of the bone quill grows louder in your ears with every word. By the time you're finished, your trophy has been replaced with an identical copy, but this one has been inscribed with a thrilling fictional tale. As you depart, you wonder if you would recognize the hero of such a thrilling yarn. Okay. And I'm just double-checking again here because I thought... In fact, I could have sworn... in fact, I'm going to look up again. Look it up again on the wiki because, yeah. Okay, never mind. I had looked up what to do with the Harlot Fry earlier, and you can't sell it for 500 echoes at London, but you can also exchange it for 10 hunting trophies. And I thought it was at Scrimshander, but it's actually at the Ghent Pole, so we'll just hold on to it until we are back there next time. And then, yeah, those hunting trophies, I suppose I can just exchange all of those or turn all of those into outlandish artifacts to then either sell for 100 apiece or give to the venturer. So, yeah, we can make some nice profit out of this. But not here. Okay. Well, we have a new passenger, we have a secret or a bit of crucial information for the Kalanate. We have a couple of... I don't know, we get a couple of various things out of this. And had some interesting encounters. And that's really all that counts in the end. That's what we're here for. Or what I'm here for, after all. Anyway. So... yeah, that was nice. I don't know. I'm really my next intended destination, the next destination I'm intending to head to, is London itself. Alright, also I was looking at my numbers here and thinking, should I do some shopping? But it's actually never updated since I did all the shopping, so never mind, we have enough to get back. So yeah, maybe I'm just going to make my way all the way over to London in preparation for next episode. Let's see here, I'm gonna save. Yeah, so as it turns out, I never had to reload and find out if this would break. I think it would have been probably fine, but better to just never find out, right? Okay. Right, yeah. I'm gonna uncover these bits of the map, but really there is nothing in between here and London that I need to visit, so that's... yeah, it's just gonna be a bit of an uneventful journey, really. I mean, who knows? There might be random events happening at sea. It's happened before. I guess if that happens to be the case, then I'll start recording a bit early, but if not, we're gonna resume from London, do whatever I need to do there, basically just buy a little bit of honey and some other things potentially. Yeah, I'll figure all that stuff out, hopefully, and then we're going to... oh yeah, of course. And then from there we're gonna head down to Station 3, Isle of Cats, and the Grand Geode. Port Carnelian 2? Yeah, I guess Port Carnelian 2 to pick up some diamonds. Also to establish a spy network. Right, that's a thing that we're apparently doing now. Okay, so we have a little bit of business done in this corner of the world. But, yeah. Okay, for now, I thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye-bye.